What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So it's pretty cool what happened this week. We got a ton of new information about the games. They decided to drop a brand new trailer where we got to see some new gameplay. They had a whole bunch of new screenshots that came out, and we even got a new commercial about the games that revealed some additional new information, and so we're going to be talking about that later in this video as well. But one of the new things that was shown off was this map of the Kanto region. So this is really cool because we can pretty much see every single major city, we can see all the major routes here, and they put every single Gen 1 Pokemon here as well. And there's actually a lot of cool secrets here that I'm sure a lot of you haven't been able to find, and so that's why we're going to be taking a deep dive into this map and see everything that we're able to find. Now I found the maximum resolution that I could for this map, so we can actually zoom in a lot here and it won't get really pixelated. So let's start right here with Pallet Town because that's obviously where your journey is going to begin. And so we can see right here in Pallet Town, this is obviously going to be your house, and then your rival's house is right here. And then we've got Professor Oak's lab, and then obviously Pikachu and Eevee are going to be here because these are going to be the two starter Pokemon that you get in these games. But I also find it interesting how they decided to put Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon here, as you're going to notice that most of the Pokemon that they decided to put on this map are going to be where you can find them in the game. Like at the top here, we can see Pidgey and Rattata, as obviously you're going to be able to find those on Route 1. So I kind of find it interesting how they have Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon here, as I don't think you're going to be able to find them here. I feel like they just put them here because Eevee is here and they're part of Eevee's evolution. Now moving up, we've got Viridian City, and so we can obviously see the gym right here, and I'm sure it's going to be locked as soon as you start your game, and you're going to have to come back here towards the end. So that's pretty cool. It looks pretty much the same. And then to the left here, we've got the Nidorans where you can find them here. And it looks like once again you're still going to have to go through all these checkpoints where you prove to every single guard that you have the gym badges in order to advance the victory road. And I also think it's pretty cool how they decided to put these strong Pokemon here like Golem and Nidoqueen, and we've got Nidoking and Poliwrath and Executor and Arbok. I don't really know if this means that you could find these Pokemon in the wild here, but I think it's pretty cool how they have these strong Pokemon here, kind of showing that this is going to be a strong area in the game. It would be really cool if you could find like Golems and Machamps in the game here and not have to do trade evolutions, but I don't really think that that's what it's trying to hint at. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And then obviously we've got Victory Road that's going to be here, and then you've got Indigo Plateau. So you can see right here, this is Victory Road. You're going to go in here and then you're going to come out here, and that's going to take you up to Indigo Plateau. And obviously Moltres is going to be inside of Victory Road, and so that's why you've got Moltres up in this corner right here. So now obviously we can take a look right here from Viridian City and move up a little bit. And so this is going to be Viridian Forest here. And then once you come up from Viridian Forest, you're going to be in Pewter City, where you've got obviously Brock's Gym. You got the Pokemon Museum here where you can find Aerodactyl and get the old Amber. And then we've got this route here that takes you to Mount Moon, where you can find Jigglypuff and Mankey. And that's going to take you to Mount Moon right here with Paris and Clefairy and Geodude. You're going to be able to come out of Mount Moon, find Sandslash here and Hypno here, but this is pretty cool. I don't really think that this means that you're going to be able to find these Pokemon here. I kind of think that this is talking about the Pokemon in Cerulean Cave, as this is basically the entrance to Cerulean Cave right here. So it's probably talking about all these like strong Pokemon that are going to be inside of there. So that's cool. Now we've got Cerulean City right here with Misty's Gym, and it also shows a Bulbasaur here. I think that's pretty interesting. I don't know if this means you can find a Bulbasaur in Cerulean City or somewhere near it. I think that would be pretty cool, but then again, who knows, because we already know that we can find a Bulbasaur in Viridian Forest. They already confirmed that during the E3 demo where we got to see some gameplay. So I think it would be pretty cool if you could find Bulbasaur somewhere around this area as well. Now moving up here, we've got the Nugget Bridge where we got Golduck here in the water. So I'm sure if you come back once you have surf and everything, or like able to surf on Lapras, you could probably find Golducks here, so that's cool. They also have Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard here. I find that pretty interesting because I don't really think you're going to be able to find wild Charmeleons and Charizards, but I kind of think that you could maybe find a Charmander up in this area, and they just had the whole evolution line here because Charmander's here. So that's pretty cool. We've got Caterpie and Bellsprout here, obviously, as you're moving through this route. You've got Bill's house over here, and then you've got Krabbies and Kingler. And then obviously we've got Psyduck here, so that's cool. Moving down obviously here, we've got Saffron City, which is of course going to be the biggest city in the region. That's a ton of fun. We've got Sabrina's Gym right here. We've got Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee because obviously the Battle Dojo's here. The big Sylph Company building is right here as well, so that's awesome. Moving down a little bit, this is going to take us to Vermilion City, and so we've got Meowth here on the route where you can find it. That's awesome. We've got Vermilion City right here. LT Surge's gym is right here as well. It's kind of interesting how they have Squirtle and Wartortle here. I don't really know if this means you can find them here, but it wouldn't surprise me because of how this area is like a beach and there's a lot of water here, so maybe you can actually get Squirtle somehow. And then we've got this route right here where this is going to be Diglettz Cave, and then this is obviously going to take you to the side where you're below Lavender Town. And then down here we've got the SSN, and we've also got shelters and cloisters. That's cool. I don't really know where the SSN is going to go. I saw a lot of people talking about this, where the SSN is pretty much just blocked. Like there's no entrance here for it to come in or to get out. So it's kind of interesting how they decided to do this. Maybe like this is going to be something where it like opens up and you can actually leave out of it or something like that. I don't really know how it's going to work, but it is kind of funny. Now we can take a look right here. This is obviously going to be the below route of Lavender Town, and so that's pretty cool. We've got some strong Pokemon here. Snorlax is obviously going to be sleeping here, so that's why they put Snorlax here. And up here we've got Lavender Town, so that's awesome as well. I think they really decided to make it look much more spookier. As we can see, even like the colors of the houses and the floor are much more darker here, so it's definitely going to feel really spooky once you're coming here. So I can't wait to see that. I also can't wait to listen to the theme that they have for the town as well. It's definitely going to be really creepy, and I can't wait to see that. We've got the only ghost type Pokemon that are in Gen 1, which is Ghastly, Gengar, and Haunter, which are all over here. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously up here, we've got the rock tunnel, which takes you to Lavender Town. And it's cool because we can see some electric type Pokemon here, right where the power plant is. And obviously in the power plant, you're going to be able to find Zapdos. And so that's why Zapdos is up in this corner right here. Now obviously here's going to be a route where you're going to be able to find Vulpix or Growlithe, depending on which version that you have. That's why they have Growlithe and Arcanine here. I think you could also find Abra here as well, so that's why they have that. It would be really insane if you could actually find Kadabra and Alakazam in the wild, but I think they just have that here because that's where Abra is. Of course, we already talked about Saffron City, but here we have Celadon City. We've got Porygon here, as you're going to be able to get that from the game corner. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what the game is going to be here. I don't really know what they're going to do because they're probably going to have different games compared to what they had in the original games. So maybe they're going to have like Voltorb Flip or something like that. Hopefully it's kind of a fun game to play that's actually interesting and that gets you like wanting to play more, because a lot of times they're just pretty boring and you don't really feel like doing it that much, but sometimes you want to do it because there's really good TMs and Pokemon you can get here, maybe like a Dratini or like a really good TM for like Flamethrower or something like that. So hopefully they got a really cool fun game. Obviously here's going to be the house where you can get Fly, so that's awesome. Moving down here we've got Cycling Road, so you can see Eradicate here. We've got Ponyta and Rapidash. So Ponyta and Rapidash you actually couldn't find here in the original games. I'm pretty sure you weren't able to find them here, but we actually saw an in-game screenshot from the trailer where we could see a Ponyta in one of the routes here on Cycling Road, so that obviously means that you're going to be able to find Ponyta here. I think Rapidash is just here because you can find Ponyta. It would be insane if you could find a Rapidash, but I don't really think that that's going to be the case. We can also find Duos and Dodrios here, so that's awesome. And then we can move our way from Cycling Road down to Fuchsia City. And so in Fuchsia City right here, we've got the Pokemart, the Pokemon Center. Obviously Coco's Gym is right here. Now they talked about this at E3, but the Safari Zone is actually not going to be inside of these games. This is actually an area called the Pokemon Go Park. And so here you're going to be able to like transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go and stuff like that. They still have Tauros and Kangaskhan and like Chansey and all these Pokemon that you can find in Safari Zone. So I don't really know if that means that you can actually find these Pokemon here. Maybe they're just talking about like Pokemon that are like supposedly found here, or like you could transfer them from Pokemon Go. So that's pretty cool. Obviously this route here is just a really fun route where you can find Ditto and Farfetch'd and all that. I don't really think you could find Farfetch'd here. It's kind of interesting. I think this area was always where you could find Ditto, but I think it's cool how they have Farfetch'd here, so that's cool as well. We've got Goldines and Seekings here, so some other water type Pokemon that you're going to be able to catch along this right here. So you could probably fish here and get some of those Pokemon. Obviously down here we've got the Pokemon that we already covered, so that's pretty cool. Lapras is also here as well. I think this was just something that they had because inside of like Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green there was actually a Lapras that was on display. That's probably why they have that here, because the only way that you could get Lapras was through the Sylph Company, like you would talk to a person there. But maybe in these games we already know it's going to be different, so I'm sure there's going to be a cool way to get them, or get Lapras in that game. So that's going to be cool. Moving down here we're going to see the route to Cinnabar Island. So here you're going to be able to find Tangela, Staryu, and Starmie. Here is Cinnabar Island as well. We can try to zoom in a little bit more, see if we can get closer. So here's going to be Blaine's Gym. We've got the research lab right here where you can take your fossils and old amber and turn that into Pokemon. We've also got Muck and Grimer and Wheezing and Coughing here as well. So maybe there's going to be like some sort of part here with the volcano that you could actually go to. I don't think that this was in the originals, so that's going to be cool. We got the Pokmon Mansion right here where you're going to be able to find a lot of cool things in there, so that's going to be awesome. And then right here we've got the route that takes you to the Seafoam Islands. So Amistar, Kabuto, looks like you can actually find these Pokemon here as well. That's going to be awesome because if you guys know in Pokemon Red and Blue, you would just you would just have to choose like which one you wanted, and you'd have to bring that fossil here. So it looks like it'll be awesome if you could find them here. I'm pretty sure they're going to be version exclusives, like you won't be able to find both of these in every game. I think they'd probably make like one of them only in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and the other one Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Then here we've just got some like caves and stuff in Seafoam Islands. So this is going to be where you can find Articuno, and so that's why in this corner Articuno is right here as well. So that's pretty cool. And then obviously down here we've got Mewtwo in this corner. I think they just wanted to fill up the legendaries in every single corner, as they got Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. So Mewtwo is going to be in here as well. Now obviously this is pretty much everything that we can find throughout the region, so it's pretty cool. I can't wait to see what the whole entire game is going to look like. This already makes me very excited as well. It's pretty interesting because we can see like Pokemon like Dragonite over here. I don't really know if that means we can find a Dragonite here. I think they just had to pick a place to put Dragonite, so they decided to put it there. But yeah, overall I'm really excited. It looks amazing. If these are actually like places where you can find these Pokemon, it's going to be a ton of fun to see if we can actually find those Pokemon in those areas. Like being able to find wild Victory Bells and Vileplumes here would be amazing. That would be crazy enough to have. Now I'm sure a lot of you are already thinking, well, you talked about a lot of the legendary Pokemon and all these Gen 1 Pokemon, but isn't there one that's missing? Aren't we missing Mew? Because Mew is a Gen 1 Pokemon and it doesn't seem like it's anywhere on this map. Now the thing here is that it's actually pretty interesting because Mew, they decided to hide all the way up here in this little corner right here. We can see Mew is right here, like hidden among these clouds. I don't know if that means you can actually find Mew in that area. It really wouldn't make a lot of sense, but maybe like Mew is just going to be somewhere throughout the region and you're going to have to catch it. I'm pretty sure Mew's going to be somewhere throughout the game. I know a lot of people were saying like you can get Mew with the Pokeball Plus, but I don't think that that means that that's the only way to get Mew. I'm sure there's going to be an actual like in-game method to get Mew as well. Maybe Mew could just be one of those like roaming Pokemon throughout the region, and sometimes if you get lucky throughout the game, you could just see a Mew like floating away or something like that. It'd be really cool if you could find Mew that way. But yeah, besides that though, that's pretty much everything that I was able to find throughout the region map right here. Definitely looks amazing. I kind of think it's cool though how they have the map here, and it's pretty much following the same map design that they had with the Alola map. And if I can find the picture, I'll put it up on your screen. But basically the Alola map was pretty much like this as well, where they had these like swirling clouds around it, and so they're pretty much taking the same design aspect with this map here as well. But anyway, I'm very excited. It looks amazing. All these amazing Gen 1 Pokemon on here. The routes look amazing. I can't wait to see what all these cities are going to look like in HD on the Nintendo Switch. It's going to be a ton of fun. Alright, so I mentioned in the beginning of this video that there was some additional new information that came out for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and this information actually came out from a commercial that was uploaded on the Pokemon Japanese website. Now I'm sure if I put any of that footage in this video, it's going to get blocked worldwide because Pokemon will instantly claim it. So if you guys want to go and check out that commercial, I'll have it linked in the description. Just go ahead and click on that and you can go and check it out. But I will put screenshots of like the important stuff that I'm going to be talking about on your screen so you could just see that. Alright, so there were actually a few things that were discovered in this brand new Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee commercial. And the first thing that was discovered is that it looks like the wild Pokemon are in fact going to be able to run away. So just like in Pokemon Go, how once you find a Pokemon, sometimes after throwing a few Pokeballs, the Pokemon will just flee or run away. It looks like that could happen in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee as well, as there's one spot where we can see the kid is trying to catch a Mr. Mime, and the Mr. Mime is jumping around, but after throwing a few Pokeballs, we can see that Mr. Mime just like runs away, or like there's a bunch of smoke that comes out and just disappears. So maybe that could be like hinting that the Pokemon can run away. So it could be disappointing because maybe if like shinies are in here, if shiny Pokemon could just run away, that might be a little hard for some people, but I don't know how that's exactly going to work. Maybe like there's an item or something that you can give to prevent the Pokemon from running away, or maybe if like abilities are in the game or something like that. I don't know how it's going to work because there's not really any wild battles, so like you can't just use like Mean Look or something like that. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see how it's going to work, but I think it could be upsetting for some people, especially if like a shiny Pokemon runs away. Now the next thing that was discovered is that it looks like Team Rocket, Jesse James, and Meowth are all going to be inside of the games, and so this was to be expected as Pokemon Yellow is based off of like Ash's adventure, because you start out at like a Pikachu, and Team Rocket is composed of Jesse, James, and Meowth. So I pretty much figured that they were going to return because of how this game is inspired by Pokemon Yellow, but it is nice to see them, and we can see right here with the screenshot that they do look really nice. It looks really cool to see them in HD. Meowth looks really cool as well because it matches the actual size of Meowth compared to the people. So yeah, it's just cool that they are going to be in the game. And finally, I saved the best one for last. It looks like that wild battles are going to be inside of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, but they're only going to be there for legendary Pokemon, as there's one spot in the commercial where we can see the kid is attempting to catch a Zapdos and a Moltres, and in both of these scenes, we can actually see that the kid has their Pokemon out and is about to attack it. And there's actually one really clear picture, I'll put it up on your screen, where we can see the kid is literally having a Pikachu out and is about to attack the Moltres. So it looks like you are going to be able to have battles with the legendary Pokemon before you catch them, and I think that that's totally fine by me. Like, like I'm really happy that they have that put into the game. I think it would have been really boring if you just touch the Moltres and then go into a scene where you just have to keep throwing Pokeballs endlessly in order to catch them. I think it's going to be really awesome how for legendary Pokemon, it looks like you are going to have like a traditional battle where you're going to have to lower their health, paralyze them, and then throw it. I think that's just more iconic and it's really good, and it's probably going to get the people who are coming from Pokemon Go ready for the Gen 8 games, because you're pretty much going to be doing that for the legendary Pokemon, so I'm glad they decided to keep that. And so there you go, guys, those are all the secrets that were found on the Kanto Region map, along with some additional new information for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee from a Japanese commercial. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button, and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this. Are you excited from the Kanto Region map? What do you guys think of all the Pokemon that are on there? How do you guys feel about the new information that we found out, that wild battles are apparently going to be returning for legendary Pokemon, and that Pokemon could run away? How do you guys feel about all this? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord as well. We've got a bunch of nice people there who are always talking about Pokemon and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. I'll have that linked in the description. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.